After seeing plans and announcements for new Marvel movies and TV shows, one question comes to mind. Is this too much? Superhero these days are everywhere. Movies, shows, cartoons, merchandise, figures, cups, posters, phone cases. Nerd flags have never been higher. Once dedicated to outcasts and small communities, comic book heroes have turned into a worldwide trend, mostly thanks to successful movies. I mean, look at this list of worldwide box office results. But looking at this list, one might wonder, could this all end just like that? I mean, we can draw a parallel with Western movies that once were making 15% of movies coming from Hollywood. But this oversaturation came to an end in the 70s. Westerns stopped bringing invested money back and slowly died. Attempts to bring them back in modern times with a movie like The Lone Ranger, Cowboys and Aliens and Jonah Hex were really unsuccessful. So with that in mind, let's look at the future. For now, superhero movies are only 5% of all movies that come from Hollywood, but that number is rising every year. Technology has improved so much that the industry can make all these comic book fantasies come to life. The most outlandish concepts of comic book art are now possible. One might say we are already starting to see fall of superheroes in TV shows. For example, CW is done with Arrow, and soon to follow are Supergirl and Black Lightning. New season of Batgirl is also casting some doubt about the future of that show. And don't get me even started about all the cancelled superhero shows, so here is a quick montage. So last line of defense will be Disney Plus shows. For the first time, superheroes are coming directly from MCU movies. Will they stand the test of time remains to be seen. Also, let's not forget great TV shows like The Boys and The Umbrella Academy, who are trying to do something different with a familiar format. And don't get me wrong, I eat, sleep and breathe for this. From humble beginnings to first blockbusters, from obscure characters to first team to make an impact, until the moment where cinematic universes are beginning to blossom. And critics might say it's getting repetitive, but there are still experiments and variations that are keeping it fresh. We got stories that are going for realism or tragedy, comedy or pure action thrill rides. But now I'm wondering, when is it going to end, and what will be the reason? Replacing iconic characters never went well for comic book sales, and while diversity is good for creativity, it also needs to make sense and make a good story to work. It should inspire hope, heroism, ideals to help each other, not forcing some mediocre project and then blaming audience for not wanting to see it. That could be one of the reasons for comic book movie downfall. Another is plain simple oversaturation. Every single week dedicated to a new superhero until people get sick of it. Future is unclear. Especially now, pandemic is still here with no end in sight. And as a result, theaters are not being visited like before. And while we get new announcements every now and then, we have to wonder, when are they going to release these movies? Are streaming platforms the future? Let's hope we get to see more quality superhero stories in the next few decades before this all becomes a memory. And that'll be it. Thank you for watching another Nerdbird video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.